Hello everyone. So in my today's video, I'll show you what I'm working on. So it is basically a hobby project or gig that I'm working on for the sake of helping myself. So this is the name of the app called Drill Sergeant. So I came up with the idea of creating something like Pomodoro app, which also allows us to set tasks or reminders, but has some personality of sergeant or army personnel, which, like, as you know, these people are the most disciplined people and can kick your, yeah. So I thought, let's combine these things and come up with this app which will personally help me out in staying focused on a bunch of tasks that I should be working on. And yeah, I am using Cursor for a while now, and I thought the only tool that can help me out in building this would be Cursor. So I started with using ChatGPT. I gave it a brief prompt of my idea, and it turned it into a full-blown project requirement document, a little bit of like sprinkling the information on the tech stack. So I'm using Next.js for this and TypeScript, I think Tailwind CSS, and probably a couple of other things that I may not be very much experienced or expert on. But that's the power of using tools like Cursor or IDE like Cursor, because it uses AI and it can understand the context very easily and then turn your context into code. Of course, you need to have a little bit of oversight on that, so that if you get stuck or if you are just following the commands, if you are just following unconsciously the things that Cursor is doing, then that's can get you in trouble, or maybe you will get stuck. So of course you need to have a little bit of oversight, so that you are making iterative progress. So let me quickly show how this app works. So I will click on, so before that I think I'm probably applying one change. So if you are not aware of how to use Cursor, basically I gave it a quick prompt because I wanted to change a functionality where at the moment the app was, whenever I was setting up a node, and if let's say the node is scheduled for, or the task is scheduled for 2 or 3 days from now, the timer was automatically running, which doesn't make sense. But if let's say I want to work on a task right now, it makes sense the timer should start right away. So for the future task, I gave it a prompt that currently the timer auto initiates when tasks are created and scheduled. For future dated missions, this automatic timer or activation is tactically unsound. Okay. Recommend implementing user control timer initiation to give us our soldiers direct command over their mission timing, blah 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 blah. So it made the change in this file pomodoro timer.tsx. So I hope that when I will set up a task for 2 or 3 days from now, the timer that is there will not automatically set it up or run. So yeah, let's go back to the app. So let's start a new mission. Let's keep the title as uh, playing or going to the park for a run. Okay, I can give the mission brief, but not very important. But let's running 10 kilometers. Category health, priority medium, timer configuration. So I can set up the timers. So I know if I go for a 10-kilometer run, I think I should need at least 2 hours. So I'll set 2 hours, and the date would be, today is 20th, so I'll set it for 22, and the timing would be, let's say, 7 p.m. or maybe 7:19, whatever. So that's that, and I hope when I deploy this mission or save this task, the timer should not run. If it does, then I have to fix this bug. So we can see this is our task that we just added. So if I click on show timer, luckily I'm happy that the timer is not running. So if I click on start, it will start itself now. So as you can see, the timer is running, but I will, because it's scheduled for 2 days from today, so I'll pause it and I can reset it. Other than that, there are a lot of small features like gamification. So once I complete a bunch of tasks, it will give me some rewards and motivate me to keep using the app and staying aligned with the mission of completing a bunch of tasks and not wasting a lot of time. The other feature is that if, let's say, I'm working on a task at the moment, and if I'm going somewhere else and I am wasting my time, it will sound some alarm like sound effects. So yeah, so basically the idea is that you just have to come up with an idea or a rough idea or rough sketch that you can then put in DeepSeek or OpenAI's ChatGPT or Gemini or whatsoever LLM that you prefer. Refine that idea. I'll suggest that you build a project requirement document and tech stack, cursor rules, and maybe a couple of other things so that before you jump on cursor with like small instructions and keep building there, uh, have some refined idea which cursor can refer to back and forth. Also, the other thing is if you're pretty comfortable with using cursor, every time I spend some time on one of the chats, I then start a new chat after some time, because once your text context or your conversation becomes a bit longer, it becomes difficult for cursor to refer back or maybe implement the upcoming or the next changes. So it makes sense to use a fresh chat or composer. I mean, in my case, I use composer because I have subscription for agent, and even if you are starting, you can have like 50 to 100 premium usages for free. So it is a good practice because even 50 to 100 usage is good enough for building an app like this. So this is just a couple of tips that I have been discovering and learning from others as well, which has helped me in not wasting time in couple of situations where you get into a loop where you are stuck and cursor keeps on saying that, oh, I understand this problem, I'll fix it, blah blah blah, and it doesn't really fix that. So yeah, so yeah, that's a small app that I've built, and I hope to improve upon it a little bit more and hopefully use it. Yeah, if you like this video, let me know if you have any further ideas for me to try and work on. And yeah, that's that. Thank you.